Hey guys, so just made it to the Warner Brothers Studios now. I'm going to be heading in a couple of minutes, well, as soon as I finish this clip. My entrance slot is until midday and it's only about 20 past 11, so I've got time to kill once I get in there, which is great because I really need the loo. Not that you guys need to know that. I've also got to go through bag check, which can take a while, so I'm glad we're here early. I'm going to try and film as much as I can to show you guys, but depending on how much footage I get, this might end up being in a separate video. But yeah, I'm gonna head in now and I'll see you guys once I'm inside. Hey guys, so I've made it in. I'm in the new foyer now, which has the giant dragon up there. I don't know whether you can see him. But yeah, I'm still got another half hour to go in. I will probably join the queue back there in a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep talking because there's music playing and I don't want YouTube to flag me for it. Like they did in Universal. But yeah, I'll try and show you guys as much as I can. I'll try and tell you guys as much as I can because I actually picked up the digital guide this time, which I haven't for the last two visits. But yeah, I'm going to go now because it's starting to get a little loud, so I'll see you guys once the tour starts. In the Great Hall. I didn't film the first two rooms because you're not actually allowed to have any recording devices in there. So yeah, I'm not going to hang around the Great Hall too long because, like I said, I've done this tour 3 times already. This is my 3rd time doing the tour. So yeah, I'm going to capture a couple more pictures because I still like taking pictures and it's nice to do on a decent camera once. And then I'll head into the main part of the tour. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm just on the 2nd stop of the tour because I'm following the digital guide this time and just doing a little class. So 2nd stop is the boys' dormitory, Gryffindor dormitory back there. If I do find any interesting facts, I'll try and tell you guys. So, yeah, so the first one I have is about the boys' dormitory, which is back there somewhere. And that is that they only ever made one lot of beds, and that was for the first meal. So they kept them throughout the entire series. Well, obviously the cast were 11 when they started, and in their 20s was how they finished. So it meant by the last film they were having to fill up really small to fit into those small child-sized beds. Yeah, I'm going to move on to the next part of the tour, and I will catch up with you guys in the next clip. Hey guys, so still in roughly the same area as last time, but I've walked around a little bit. Yeah, so another little fact for you guys. One of the things that was on the list, shopping list then, for the set department was actually 200 portraits that they were needed for around Hogwarts. And they didn't just go out and like print these portraits, they actually hand painted them. They hired a team of artists who actually did oil paintings and they're based on paintings in the National Gallery as well as incorporating some of the grit. So yeah, I thought that was just an interesting little fact, because you wouldn't think they would hire a team to actually paint all those pictures. So yeah, it's just the attention to details, I guess. So another fact for you guys, I'll see if I can show you, is in the archways, you can kind of see there's writing on the archways in the posters class, and that is actually medieval alchemy recipes. So yeah, I found that, like I said, the attention to detail in all these movies in this franchise is on another level, to be honest, and it's just amazing to come to this tour and just get to see these details a bit more close up, because sometimes they can go miss in the movies. Come to the end of the first room now. I'm about 18 stops, no, 17 stops, and I'm about to go to the 18th stop, which is the Forbidden Forest. So I've done it before, I did it last time I was here, it's just been put in. But yeah, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the right hand path, which leads to a scary surprise. So I will try and show you that, you guys that, and yeah, let's head in. Hey guys, so I just got done having food in the back lot, which is about the halfway point. I'm probably not going to talk to you guys now until the end of the tour, just because a lot of the stuff coming up now is just props, although there is still Gringotts plank. Obviously I will film clips of that so you get to see it, but I probably won't talk to you guys and tell you any of the information about it until I get towards the end of the tour. So if I don't see you before then, I will catch up with you guys once I'm done with the tour. In the start of Gringotts, so this part, I've gone past the part where it shows you how they create the goblins and do all the special effects makeup, and this part just shows you all the little models they made of Gringotts throughout the films. And yeah, I'm about to walk around the corner now and see Gringotts for the first time, so here we go. Okay, so this is pretty amazing. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll let you guys have a look. So yeah, this set in the original movie, they actually used Australia House, I think it was called, according to the guide. but obviously they wanted something a bit more flexible for the next movie, so they actually built this set. And once again, I'm going to stop talking soon because the music's playing, but yes, they built this set, and they actually brought a lot of the stuff behind me, like the scales and that, out of storage, and they were in good condition, so they didn't need that much touching up. But yeah, I'll give you guys one more look around, and then I'll move on to the next section. Inside the Strange Family Vault, which is behind me there. The set is, I don't know how focus is, kind of blurry, so I'll give you a proper look now. But yeah, I can hear something in the distance, and I think that might be the dragon, so let's go take a look. Just managed to escape the dragon, Gringotts in one piece, and I'm now out on Diagon Alley. So yeah, I'm going to go back to maybe not talking again now, but I think this is the last set. There is a huge model of Hogwarts, which I'm obviously going to show you. But yeah, I will catch you guys when I see you at the end of the tour. Hey guys, so I finished up in the tour now. I'm back outside, as you can tell. I've got about 15 minutes till my bus picks me back up, because you have set times to get back the return bus. So yeah, I'm just going to hang out and wait on the bus now. I'm going to leave filming of Harry Potter here now. I will do like a little summary probably at the end of this video, or depending on whether I do a separate video or not. I will do a summary of my thoughts on the tour, like what I like, what I don't like, and what's new. But yeah, I'll leave it here for now, and I'll see you guys when I'm back in central London. So I'm back home now. Honestly, it's about 2 weeks later. I've just not got around to filming this summary until now. I'm gonna try and keep this short because I don't actually have a lot to say about the tour. And the main reason for that is because I didn't actually enjoy it as much as I have in the past. Like, it's still good, but because I have done it twice before, I'd already seen a lot of it, so it kind of meant that I haven't enjoyed it as much as I have in past visits. Still good, like I said, but just, it's one of those things that you can't necessarily do over and over again, because like once you've done a lot of the sections, you've done them, you've seen them, so they kind of lose their air of magic in a sense. Like I said, didn't enjoy as much as I have in the past, but I'm still good, and I am going to try my best to give you thoughts on the experience, and I am maybe going to incorporate my thoughts from previous visits as well with doing this summary. Now, if you're a Harry Potter fan, I would recommend going to the tour. It's great to be able to like walk through the Great Hall and down Diagon Alley and through Gringotts now, which was amazing. And it's great to see some of the props more up close. But for me personally, I wouldn't recommend doing just that. I would try to make a trip to London and do more make maybe a Harry Potter themed trip. So do the experience for a day and then maybe go see Cursed Child in the evening, or maybe do the walking tour, which you can do in London. I didn't do it this time, but I might, who knows, I might do it in future trips. But yeah, I think the tour is about 5 hours long, it's all self-guided, so you can take as long as you want. But like I said, it's not one of those things I personally would go all the way up to London just to do that. I would add it on to other things. That being said, if you are a Harry Potter fan, and especially if you're into seeing like how like movies and that are done, it's a really great experience to do, because you get to see not only the sets and props, but you get to see how a lot of them were created. And if you do the digital guide like I did, you actually get to hear a lot of the stories about how they came up with concepts for certain props and certain costumes and all that. Now, in regards to the digital tour, I think whether you do it is personal choice. You don't have to do it. For me, I found it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be, but once again, that could just be because I've done the tour before. The main reason for that is the experience is split over 2 sound stages, J and K. Now, soundstage J is more the sets and the props, and then K is more about how they created the sets and how the props and the animatronics and all that. There are still sets on there because you have Gringotts and Diagon Alley in that soundstage. But yeah, in regards to the digital guide, I think it was great on soundstage J. So you get to hear the facts and the stories about like how they created the props, how long it took them to create a certain set, and like what research they had to do. Whereas with K, I just found the guide wasn't as good when it came to that soundstage, just because a lot of the sections actually have these giant screens in, which gives you pretty much the same information. So although the guided tour isn't although the digital guide was only about £4.50, I want to say, £4.55, it's probably, for me personally, it wasn't worth it for the entire tour. So if you do it, I'd personally, if I was to do it again anyway, I would probably use it for soundstage J and then just walk normally through K, because I just didn't feel you needed the information. And there's loads of staff dotted around who are all Harry Potter fans themselves, and they're more than happy to give you the facts. You can go up and ask if there's anything you want to know about a particular set piece or prop. You can just ask them and they'll pretty much give you the same facts that are on the guided tour anyway. So it's probably, in that sense, it probably is better just to do that. But if you're like me and not big on approaching people, then the digital guide is worth it as well. It's also a good thing to do. I'm gonna also make a slight confession in this video as well. I said back in my Universal video earlier this year that I don't taste the difference between the butterbeers, between the Harry Potter tour in London and in Universal. I'm gonna correct that. I will now admit that the Universal one is better, but only slightly. I still enjoy both, but I think the one in America is slightly better, and I think that's just more to do with how they make it. By which I mean, I've noticed when in the London one they kind of do the drink part first and then like the froth on top, so it's kind of 2 components, whereas in America it's just 1 pour and creates it, which I think just makes it taste slightly better. So I will admit that Universal is probably better for the butterbeer, but I do still enjoy it in the Harry Potter tour anyway. And I did buy it again this time, although this time I didn't go for the souvenir cup. When it comes to my favourite part of the tour, I am going to go with the new Gringotts section, mainly because it was a section I hadn't seen before, so it was more of the unexpected for me. So it meant that because I did actually enjoy that section more, because I simply hadn't seen it before. And considering how much detail, especially in the Strange Vault, it is nice to get up a bit closer and get to see a lot more of the props involved in those scenes. Another thing I'm gonna mention with the tour is, I know this summary's kind of a little all over the place, I haven't really planned it out, I'm just going with wherever comes out of my brain. I always start in London. I actually do the bus section tour, so that means you get included in it, the price, you get transfers from me it was from Victoria, but you can also get from Baker Street and I think King's Cross, and they take you right up to the Warner Brothers Studios. And that is one of the parts that I think always gets me and makes me, that's the part I enjoy the least. So how it works is you get on the bus and it takes about an hour to get there. So what they do is they put the movie on, and they always put on The Philosopher's Stone. So it's always on the assumption that this is your first visit. So like I said, this is the 3rd time I've done that now, so I just wish they would put one of the other movies on. Because as much as I love The Philosopher's Stone, and obviously it starts the franchise, I just would enjoy watching one of the other movies instead. My issue I had with the bus part of it this time was they played the movie up until you get there, fine, and in the past they've just picked up almost where you left off when you got on the bus, whereas this time they just restarted the movie again. So you only get about halfway through the movie both times. So yeah, I wish they'd kind of play one of the other movies maybe. So it gets to the point, like this time, like I said, this is my 3rd time doing it, I just took a book and just had my headphones on and read a book this time. Because as much as I love the movie, there's only so many times I can watch that movie over and over again. So overall, it's a good tour, and I did enjoy it. Like I said, it's still good, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as I previous visits. I think it's just become a little dated for me. I don't think it's something I would go back and do again. And the only way I'd go back is if I go with someone who's maybe not done it in a couple of years and it's maybe only been once, or somebody who's never actually done it. That way you kind of get to experience it through them, opposed to see, which would kind of put a new spin on it in a sense. But yeah, if you're a Harry Potter fan and you happen to be in London, I would recommend trying to go see it. But I wouldn't plan a trip solely on that. I would try and do, maybe like I said, make it more of a Harry Potter trip and maybe go see the show as well on another day. And yeah, that's my overall thoughts. Sorry this summary's kind of been a little all over the place, but like I said, I'm not all that enthusiastic about doing the summaries overall anyway, and I've been back from the trip for about 2 weeks now, so a lot of the enthusiasm I had like even a week ago is kind of faded off a bit. But yeah, if you get a chance to go do it, I would still recommend doing it, but be prepared. There's not one of those things that you can do over and over again. But yeah, so that's going to be the end of this video, and I will see you guys next time.